Damian Lillard just shocked the basketball world, but not for the reason you think. After chasing a championship alongside Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks, the NBA legend is doing the unthinkable. He's coming back home to Portland. But this unexpected reunion isn't as simple or as sentimental as it seems. On Thursday, Damian Lillard officially stunned fans by announcing a dramatic return to the Portland Trail Blazers. His 3-year, $42 million deal wasn't just another contract, it was a statement, a return to where his legacy began, but under circumstances no one saw coming. With a single powerful Instagram post captioned "Rip City," Lillard sent waves through social media, immediately sparking conversations, excitement, and confusion. The short clip showcased the Blazers' locker room, ending dramatically with his jersey neatly placed in his old locker, leaving no doubt he was home. But here's the catch. Lillard, now 35, is coming off one of the worst injury streaks in his career, sidelined for the entire upcoming season with a devastating torn Achilles. It's a bold gamble for Portland, committing millions to a legend who might never fully return to form. So why would the Blazers take such a risky move? And why would Lillard, whose goal had always been a championship, choose to reunite with a team he left behind in pursuit of that very dream? To understand that, you have to look at the nightmare that nearly ended his career forever. Damian's journey back to Portland was marked by devastating setbacks that nearly ended his career. What started as a minor calf injury last season quickly turned serious. Doctors discovered deep vein thrombosis, a dangerous blood clot that sidelined him for weeks. Determined to return, he rushed back for the Bucks' playoff series against Indiana, only to suffer an even worse fate, a torn Achilles tendon. The injury was catastrophic, requiring surgery and sidelining him for the entire 2025-26 season. At 35, the odds of bouncing back to his previous All-Star level seemed slim at best. Facing uncertainty and an uphill battle, Damian found himself abruptly waived by Milwaukee, turning his championship dreams into a nightmare. Yet Damian wasn't ready to quit, choosing instead to take control of his legacy by returning home to Portland. But was there something deeper behind his sudden split with Milwaukee? Damian's departure from Milwaukee was about more than injuries. It was clouded by speculation and controversy. When Damian joined the Bucks, fans expected championships alongside Giannis. Instead, injuries derailed his time there, and rumors surfaced of tensions behind closed doors. Questions arose about whether the Bucks mishandled Damian's recovery, pushing him back prematurely. Milwaukee ultimately waived Damian, stretching his $113 million contract over 5 years, a harsh financial move signaling they'd moved on. Fans felt stunned, seeing it as an abrupt ending for a player who'd sacrificed his prime years chasing a ring. Damian never publicly blamed Milwaukee, but insiders hinted at frustration. His return to Portland now isn't just redemption, it's also about proving Milwaukee wrong. But why exactly did Damian choose Portland, and is it more emotional than strategic? Damian Lillard's bond with the city of Portland goes deeper than basketball. It's rooted in mutual loyalty, unforgettable moments, and shared history. When Lillard first joined the Trail Blazers as the 6th overall pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, nobody could have predicted the kind of legacy he would build. Over the next 11 seasons, he didn't just become the face of a franchise, he became synonymous with the identity of an entire city. From his very first game in a Blazers uniform, Damian showed fans exactly what he was made of: grit, determination, and unshakable confidence. He was named Rookie of the Year in 2013, immediately signaling that Portland had discovered something special. But this was just the beginning. Over the following decade, Damian's brilliance on the court defined a generation of Blazers basketball. He broke virtually every meaningful franchise record, becoming Portland's all-time leading scorer with an astonishing 19,376 points. He set franchise marks for three-pointers made 2387 and delivered some of the most iconic performances the city had ever witnessed. None more memorable than the night he dropped an electrifying 71 points against the Houston Rockets, joining elite company as just the 7th player in NBA history to surpass the 70-point mark in a single game. Yet, beyond his staggering statistics, Damian's true legacy in Portland was built on unforgettable playoff moments. Who could forget the epic buzzer beater against the Houston Rockets in 2014, forever known as The Shot, or the ice-cold dagger against Oklahoma City in 2019, waving goodbye as he eliminated Russell Westbrook and Paul George from the playoffs. These weren't just highlights, they were legendary moments etched permanently into Portland's collective memory, giving birth to the iconic gesture known as Dame Time. Despite his extraordinary performances, Damian remained humble and fiercely loyal, repeatedly committing himself to Portland even when other NBA stars chased super teams. For years, he refused to leave, determined to deliver a championship to the city he loved so deeply, even when it meant sacrificing opportunities elsewhere. Yet, the championship he craved always seemed just out of reach. Despite his heroics, the Blazers consistently fell short of their ultimate goal. During his tenure, Portland advanced to the Western Conference Finals just once in 2019, losing decisively to the Golden State Warriors. Frustration and disappointment eventually forced Damian into a heartbreaking choice: stay loyal to a team in rebuild mode or pursue the elusive championship elsewhere. His decision to leave for Milwaukee in 2023 was painful but understandable. Even after his departure, Damian repeatedly expressed that Portland would always be home, often speaking warmly of fans and the community that embraced him like family. His return, therefore, isn't just about basketball. It's deeply personal, an emotional homecoming aimed at reconciling the painful separation of the past 2 years. For Damian, Portland symbolizes redemption, the chance to rewrite his final chapter on his own terms. But as sentimental and heartfelt as this reunion might be, Damian's return inevitably raises questions about his true motivations. Is he back simply because his dreams elsewhere fell apart? Or is there something deeper driving him? Perhaps unfinished business that goes far beyond championships and legacy? The answer, it turns out, lies hidden within subtle hints and cryptic messages Damian himself dropped along the way. When Damian left Portland for Milwaukee in 2023, it was a tough, emotionally charged decision. But one driven purely by ambition. He envisioned a championship run alongside Giannis Antetokounmpo, believing that the Bucks offered his best chance at achieving the NBA glory that had eluded him for years in Portland. Yet those dreams unraveled fast. Injuries sidelined him repeatedly, and his playoff aspirations crashed dramatically with his Achilles tear. In Portland, he'd spent years carrying the team, elevating average rosters far beyond expectations, but always falling short of a ring. Despite his loyalty and brilliance, the Blazers won just 4 playoff series in his entire tenure, making just 1 Western Conference Finals appearance. Returning now after a failed experiment in Milwaukee, Damian faces questions about whether he'll ever taste the championship success that drove him away in the first place. But was Damian planning this return all along, or was there something deeper behind his unexpected reunion? Long before officially rejoining the Blazers, Damian was subtly hinting at a future return. At an Adidas event in 2024, he cryptically teased the crowd, leaving Portland fans buzzing with excitement about a possible homecoming. Online forums quickly caught fire, with theories spreading that Damian secretly regretted leaving and always had plans to finish his career where it began. Speculation intensified following his injury and departure from Milwaukee, with fans dissecting every social media post for clues. Cryptic messages and emotional comments about Portland fueled rumors even further. Though Damian never explicitly confirmed a return publicly, the hints became too frequent and too specific to ignore. But now that the rumors are reality, what risks await both Lillard and the Blazers with this dramatic reunion? Damian's return to Portland is as risky as it is inspiring. At 35, recovering from a devastating Achilles injury, the odds are stacked against him. History hasn't been kind to athletes attempting comebacks from similar injuries, especially at his age. The Blazers' $42 million investment is undeniably risky, potentially handcuffing the team's future if he can't return to form. Yet the rewards are equally enticing. A healthy Damian Lillard could reignite excitement around the team, mentor young talents like Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe, and rebuild a competitive squad. This reunion could energize the entire city, restoring the passion and pride that defined Damian's earlier Portland days. But beneath all the excitement, there's one final powerful question about Damian's ultimate legacy. This comeback isn't just about basketball, it's about Damian Lillard's legacy. If successful, he cements himself as one of the greatest comeback stories in NBA history, beloved by fans for both loyalty and resilience. But failure could tarnish his final chapter, overshadowing years of brilliance with memories of injury and disappointment. Damian's legacy and Portland's immediate future now hangs in the balance. Fans must grapple with uncertainty. Will Damian deliver a legendary finale, or will his return become another heartbreaking chapter in Rip City's history? In the end, Damian's journey home leaves one question burning brighter than ever. Can Damian Lillard write a fairy tale ending, or has he returned only to find heartbreak waiting?